What do we want to call this one while you're Googling?
What was it that you said that made me laugh like that?
I don't know.
It was, damn it. I thought I wrote it. No, I didn't write it down. It was.
Diddy diarrhea?
No. Oh, so good though. Oh, that's good.
Love and Licks.
Love and Licks. That's what it was. Love and Licks.
Love and Licks.
Hi guys.
Hi, I'm Jenna.
Jess.
Oh.
I'm Jess.
I'm Jenna. We jumped the gun on that a little bit.
Yeah, we did. But we were like, you know what? We're going to be better.
I know. And you know what? So we've been gone for 2 weeks. I don't know if you noticed. Because we did record a whole slew of new episodes.
We sure did.
And I fucked up.
Oh,
It did not record well.
Isn't that silly?
Here we are.
Like hours of recording.
We're like, let's pause because it was my birthday and it was Mother's Day and it was all the things. So we were like, let's not.
Yeah. It was a good little breaky break. I'm excited to record again and be back and like get back into it. But yeah, it was a necessary break. Shepard's birthday, your birthday, Mother's Day, all the things. God dang it.
All the things.
We deserve a break every now and then.
Yeah, so get excited for this trigger warning.
Get excited for this trigger warning.
Don't get excited. Do the opposite of be excited for this trigger warning.
Brace yourself for this trigger warning.
Sexual assault.
S.A.
Yes. So that is throughout this episode. So if you don't like that, then... I mean, I guess that's it's literally every episode.
I'm like, I'm feeling like, but it was just nice of you to trigger warning because
I know I should.
We should. It's the right thing to do. But.
I know,
and maybe for new listeners
who don't know that every single episode is gross
sexual assault situation of some sort.
So today we are talking about the Modern Mystery School, which is an organization that considers itself the Harvard of Metaphysics. They teach a mixture of martial arts, meditation, reiki, and witchcraft with a generous dose of alien lore. The school positions their students as warriors fighting the forces of evil, physically and spiritually. Many students carry ceremonial daggers, holy water, crystal wands, and that's just like in case they need to fight demons on the go.
I can't.
I know. And we did talk about this last time, which you did not hear, but I would get down on this shit.
I bet you would.
I would. Give me...
I like a crystal.
Yeah. It was, it's giving Buffy.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And it's giving a little Roswell. So like full 2001 CW lineup. Oh, wait, maybe it wasn't CW then. WB.
WB. Oh my God, I literally forgot. And wasn't there a frog involved?
There was the little frog.
The frog! Oh my God, that just like unlocked an old part of my brain.
You're in your mind playing the promo because that's what.
It's so
Or the little
crazy.
frog dancing along the bottom.
With his extra long legs.
Yeah, with his extra long legs. And then he'd like pause and then the logo would go away.
The weirdest fucking shit. Oh my God. Okay, nostalgic.
Is the CW still around? Because then remember it turned to CW, which I don't know what that stands for other than not WB.
Not WB.
But then, is that still around?
I don't know. I don't even watch regular TV anymore.
Me neither.
Unless it's Bravo, fucking Bravo. I don't really watch too much.
But you don't watch that live, do you?
No.
Yeah.
I stream.
Stream only.
Yeah. Peacock.
Yeah. Peacock. So I do want to preface this by saying this does not mean the criteria for being a full-blown cult, but it has cult-like tendencies and it would be considered an LGAT, which is a large group awareness training. So think James Arthur Ray's group or Nixium. It can still be super destructive, but it's not like a Rajneeshi situation where they're like living on a commune and it's like hard to escape and they're being starved and... What am I trying to say? Trapped? I don't know. Anyway.
I'm still trying to remember what the fuck LGAT stands. Large Group Awareness Training.
That's a Rick Allen Ross situation.
Rick Ross. I don't know.
Not Rick Allen Ross. You know what I did see? I'll have to post to it. Is for Vanity Fair, Rick Alan Ross, not Rick Ross, did where he goes through like a bunch of different movies and their cults and talks about like what is. It was
that sounds fun.
It was fun.
I will fuck with that.
So
look him up.
What am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Modern Mystery.
I
had to like shake it out of my brain.
You did.
Because I am surprisingly not with it today.
V, love your hair every time.
Oh yeah, I chopped
not
my
related
hair.
Yeah, she chopped her hair and she did a little head shake and I'm like, she just looks so free.
I know. I got a little top knot that's not as cute as it should be, but I went to the gym.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. So Modern Mystery School was started by a man named Goodney Goodnison. Goodnison. But it's not spelled like good, like G-O-O-D. It's like G-U-D-N-I. So like Slavic good.
Goodness.
So good.
But Goodney.
Goodnison.
Isn't that fucking wild?
Yeah, I mean his parents, I guess, and I do believe that's his real name. I don't think
like that would be like me being a boy, and my dad naming me Nick, and because my maiden name was Nix. Nick Nix.
But people do that.
That's fucking crazy. I've had it with that.
A lot of people do that.
I've had it with that.
Yeah,
that's gonna be my new thing. I've had it.
There's a podcast
for that.
There's a podcast. So he was born May 9th, 1958, and that's all we can verify that's true because everything about him is like is put into question. Mm-hmm. So he says he was born with an identical twin brother who died 30 minutes after being delivered, but stayed with him to pass on teachings from the spiritual realm. He said in a 2006 interview that at the age of 10, he had to decide if he wanted to pass on to the spiritual realm and follow his brother or continue to work on Earth. And so at the very selfless age of 13, he decided to stay on Earth and live a life of service.
Wow.
I know.
Well, just taking one for the team.
He was like, my hormones have kicked in. And you know what? I want to do good.
Yeah, that's not what any kid is thinking about when their hormones kick in.
No.
Zero.
No. So he claimed to have belonged to the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, which is a Victorian secret society of like occultists. So think, what's that one? Like the Pierre Bernard episode with his like tantric order. It was kind of similar to that, but in England. And he also said he believed, or he was a part of ancient schools in Tibet, Africa, Transylvania, and Japan, which leads me to think that he was maybe inspired by Om Shamrikyo and Misa, because those were two that would have been coming up around that time.
Didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Literally did not even connect.
He claims to be a martial arts master, a doctor of metaphysics, and a trainer. A trainer to the Dalai Lama's bodyguards.
Okay.
And a decorated poet.
He just is pulling the shit
He's
out
won
of his hat.
poetry awards.
Oh. From where?
I don't know.
I know.
But he claims to have been...
he's just making all of these claims.
He's like, you know what? I'm doing all these things, but also, guess what? I'm a poet.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, just going to sprinkle a little poet action on there.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about this one. He said he was also good friends with David Bowie. But this was after he died. He was like, I remember...
So David Bowie can't even like...
Yeah, so David Bowie can't be like, I've
never met that
David
fool.
Bowie passed away, and that week he's like, I remember walking the streets of London with my friend David.
He's putting up a post about him.
Yeah. Okay.
Relax.
Sure. Get yourself out of here.
Convenient.
So those are just a few things that he claimed about his past that are hilariously bullshit. Mm-hmm. In his early 20s, Goodnison met twin brothers and... I'm sorry. Hakor and Horder Hodderson. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's so bad. So the twins were national judo champions that developed their own style of martial arts called kimiwasa, which blended dance and self-defense.
That's right.
Capoeira. It's not that, but that's what I imagine.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can imagine.
Tina Belcher doing her like little arm motions, going capoeira.
Yeah. No, I imagine
If
just commanding the room and just clearing out a space to, I don't know, do this.
Yeah, just the arms.
And then
I don't know
maybe
anything else.
Maybe a little kickball change in the middle of something.
I don't know. I don't know what it's called. Do that.
It's like where you do the where your legs do like a grapevine almost. No, it's not a kickball change.
A line dance.
Damn,
a grapevine.
I'm gonna figure it out. No, it's like where you. Okay. I'll figure it out.
Okay, it's gonna come to you in the next episode. And then we're gonna be like, well, great.
Well, yeah.
So when Goodnison began learning under them, they were popping off. They were asked to appear in a 1984 Viking film, When the Raven Flies, and Goodnison was so committed in a complicated knife-throwing scene that the director appointed him a stunt coordinator for the rest of production. Goodnison follows one of the twins to Sweden, where he works with them for the next decade, leaving behind a wife and 2 kids like it was just no big deal.
Just leaving them behind is all
super chill. In 1992, he comes back to Iceland and starts teaching classes in Kimawasa, advertising it as a 1600-year-old martial art tradition. The twins saw this and were like, we made this 15 years ago. Yeah. This isn't an ancient practice. And they were like, he wasn't good at it. He didn't ask permission. And now we know what kind of guy he is.
Yeah, noted.
You suck. So they send him whatever an Icelandic version of a cease and desist is. So Goodnison pivots and announced that he's going to open Iceland's first bodyguard school, where he would teach classes on firearms, map reading, and stunt driving. All the things he said that he had learned while training for the Swedish army.
Okay, because he did that too.
Yeah, this did not work out. So a few months later, he opens a gym in Reykjavik where he taught his own martial arts style called Fujikado and offered crystal healing and unlicensed Reiki.
Yeah.
Almost immediately, he was shut down for holding a fight club for children.
Oh my God, for children. Could you imagine? Oh,
yes.
Absolutely. No. Yeah.
During this time in Iceland, boxing was illegal. So video footage of kids boxing with no protective gear prompted authorities to investigate Goodnison, and he was handed a 1-year suspended sentence for that and possessing an air rifle. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know what the air rifle was for, but
maybe it was just got swooped in.
I think it was just like a pew pew, go box, pew pew.
Like start.
Yeah. But would you need a rifle for that?
No,
or would it just be like a little air
bell or a whatever?
A little clap?
Yeah. Sure.
Children fight.
Anything. Here we go.
Yeah.
Continue.
Continue.
Yeah.
After this, he leaves Iceland for good. Because kid fight clubs were not allowed.
Kid fight clubs are frowned upon.
So then he moves himself to the very lucrative city of Ogden, Utah, where he meets psychic and spiritualist Lori Seacrest, and they get married and start hustling to make money. They start selling a concoction called antimony, which they sold as an elixir of life of sorts. And for $35, you could, quote, open your connection to God. But of course, results were not guaranteed.
Yeah, no, of course they weren't.
Yes.
But here, have this naked juice.
Right.
See what happens.
So after this, they get involved with Amway, which is an MLM selling all sorts of health shit. And Amway is a huge, huge player in the MLM space and has had to pay out money for using an illegal pyramid scheme structure. So this is where they're starting to learn what can be lucrative. So then they start the Triolite Foundation, a seminar company teaching techniques to, quote, create a mental state of peace and joy, which, chill.
Okay.
But they start using and pulling from the MLM model where they're asking people to pay and there's different tiers. At the same time, Goodnison launches the Edge Bodyguard Services with seminars in school security and combat shooting. And on the website, it said, quote, we are the people you read about in books that they make movies about, who live a life of danger and live in the face of terror all the time.
All the time.
We
are the people that you read about and see in the movies. Like, it's us.
Yeah, it's us in Ogden, Utah.
In Ogden, Utah. Also, let's pyramid. Also, sign up for this shit.
Also, do you want these health supplements?
Also, how do you feel about oils?
So none of these attempts to make money really went anywhere, but in 1998, they start a new organization that would evolve into the weird fucking Hogwarts situation that exists today. Mm-hmm. Goodnison and Seacrest combine their seminar-style wellness school with mystical lore, and they call it the Rocky Mountain Mystery School. Goodnison claimed to be the last disciple of a 3,000-year lineage dating back to King Solomon. On their site, it says Salomon. I don't know why, but it's like, was it meant to be a typo? Or are you just changing a letter so you could be like, oh, no.
Exactly. So if they are associated and then they get pulled into something, they can keep their nose clean about it.
Yes. And so this lineage included a historic lineup including Plato, William Shakespeare, Leonardo da Vinci.
That's right. He comes back.
And Winston Churchill.
Oh.
Again.
Again.
I don't know what it is about the Winston Churchill vibe, but cult leaders
to be
love
referenced,
him.
Yeah.
Like
twice.
Da Vinci and Churchill. Da Vinci, yeah,
sure.
But like, okay, Churchill. Winston Churchill, that's weird. Mm-hmm. So Goodnison had claimed that he had been summoned to Utah by a higher power and instructed to open his teachings to all. The school promised to reveal the great mysteries of the old magic tricks of the ages. And magic is spelled with a K, not a C. So it's like...
It bothers me.
It's like how people spell fairies, like Faeries.
Fairies.
You know? Fairies. Like, it's like a little...
Yeah.
It's like Lord of the Ringsy. So classes included alchemy, aura healing, shamanism, and eroticism. And a couple months later, after opening this, on May 21st, 1998, Goodnison and Seacrest took their lore to the next level. And a lot of the sources kind of, they kind of pinpoint this as being the point in the 90s where everyone was all about aliens. Mm-hmm. And so they think the reason why they chose to tap into this next part was just to kind of tap into like the X-Files and the Independence Day of it all. The Men in Black, if you will. The Men in Black,
yeah.
So Goodnison and Seacrest claimed that they had witnessed the landing of an alien spaceship, which they refer to as a plasma ship. And I kind of went off the rails a little bit on the last one. And I was like, I've done a lot of alien research because I also was really into X-Files.
Yeah.
And a plasma ship is not a thing. Then at my birthday, I even asked Kendra about it. And I was like, have you heard of this plasma ship? And then she was like, no. So, and I feel like she's more up to date than I am. So... I forgot. The only place I came across a plasma ship anywhere in my research was in Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And it looks like a pirate ship, but with a blue glow. Ooh. And then like Pikachu and Charizard like on the front looking like kind of space pirates.
Yeah.
So that was the only place I could find any information about a plasma ship.
A plasma ship.
So, oh my gosh, a lot of my notes really delves into plasma. You also I'm just going to skip over
deep.
That. I did go deep. I know.
I mean,
yeah.
You got to do, you do your research. Okay.
I do. I went a little bit too, because then I was so incensed. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? A ship made of plasma. Get out of here. Okay, anyway, they claim they were invited inside where they met an alien race called the Nathors. And on their 3-week vacation with these beings, they were showed wondrous technology. They were shown.
I was going to let
wondrous technology. And were asked to share it with the world on behalf of the Galactic Federation. They also told Goodnison that he was the direct descendant of Thor, the god of thunder.
Oh my God. That is painful.
Yeah.
That is painful to hear.
And if you Google him, he is no Chris Hemsworth.
No. I won't even.
He is like, who am I trying to think? That guy that plays the Green Goblin. Willem Dafoe. He is like a busted ass Willem Dafoe. Like Willem Dafoe is like the
being nice.
Actor version.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's like if I was like Brad Pitt's gonna play me.
Yeah,
I don't know why he would play me. Angelina Jolie playing Jenna.
Yeah.
That would be the jump from
really
Goodney Goodnesson
just her
to Willem
anybody.
Dafoe.
Yeah.
So up until this time, one of the core tenets of the Rocky Mountain Mystery School was a Reiki process called DNA activation, a practice that had been passed down from that ancient lineage that he claimed to be part of. But up until his encounter with the Nathors, he'd only been able to access 22 of the 24 strands of DNA required to fully complete the spiritual awakening process. And this sounds a little technical, but it really, all of it is bullshit. So it doesn't really matter. He's just being like, up until now, I didn't have all the tools. So DNA activation was basically Reiki, but with a magic wand instead of hands, with like crystals on the end. Which
wand.
I don't know. Honestly, like points for theatricality.
Sure.
And also, like, I'd want a wand.
Yeah.
That kind of sounds
But
fun.
I'm not trying to sell people on it and make it seem like it's like...
It's like me using my Harry Potter... Oh, sorry. My Luna Lovegood. I don't have a Harry Potter wand. I have a Luna Lovegood wand. And being like, ooh.
Yeah. It's for funsies. It's
for
not...
funsies.
Yeah, it's not something...
I don't know. Maybe it would work. It is really beautiful, though. And this was a Halloween thing. I don't use it.
She's not like walking around with wands.
I'm not what you are. What put it past me? If Halloween rolls around, I might just
listen. I have those wands from the freaking I have those ones from the Great Wolf Lodge, the Magi Quest.
Oh yeah. Mine keeps going off, and I have to keep shoving it in. Not me, the kids' wands. The light keeps going off, so I keep like shoving it in a drawer.
There's something.
What? Like there's a Magi Quest nearby?
Well, no. Something's activating it.
It's a ghost.
So
it's the Nathors.
I love
this. So with this technique that the Nathors told Gunnison and Seacrest. Sorry. Restart the sentence, Jenna. So it's with this technique that the Nathors told Gunnison and Seacrest to activate 20% of the world population by 2005. There's a video much later of Gunnison after some time, and another leader named Hideto Nakagome in like a room with like a drop ceiling, and there's just like these sheets behind him and like a throne of sorts. And this is a direct quote. They say, "Welcome to this broadcast. We're sitting in a spacecraft a few kilometers above Earth."
Oh my God.
End quote.
Kilometers
above Earth.
Above Earth.
Ooh. But then like the camera like gets a little wonky, and you can see it's very clearly just like a weird office building.
Yeah.
That they like
they're just trying to be all...
Yeah, and like guys in like masks and stuff. It's fucking just weird.
Low budget shit happening. Yeah.
We're in a spacecraft.
Kilometers above the Earth.
Yeah, I
can't.
I feel like that was the best impression anyone's ever done of
I don't
them.
think I ever need to see that actual...
Yeah, no one does. Now that you've heard me say it,
yeah, I'm done.
You don't even need to see it.
Look no further.
So in order to fulfill this request, they would need the help of their students to recruit more light workers into the fold. So students were encouraged to learn how to perform the DNA activation and then recruit others to teach the technique too. Not only would they be doing the good work of the Nathors, but they would also be climbing the ranks of the organization while they did it. Within 3 years, the school blew up.
Shut up!
Yes. Gunnison and Seacrest traveled the world teaching the DNA activation to new recruits, and they would hold week-long seminars where students would pay over $1,000 to not only learn the technique, but other like things like light laser healing, the intergalactic experience, spells and charms for women only.
Oh my God.
Because those ethics. Only. Yeah, you don't want a man like doing a spell and charm.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't trust.
No, bear every day.
I know. At first I was like, that's weird. And then I was like, actually,
I don't want
I'd do that. I'd be there for it.
Yeah.
So in 2005, you know what's really funny? I really love witchcraft, but like I'm the hugest skeptic.
You really are.
I like the idea
I think
witchcraft.
It's fun.
I think it's fun. I wish like I was more witchy. But again,
I'm so scared.
I'm
of,
very
like,
lazy.
The bad stuff that I'm like, I just like to think that it's cool from afar.
Oh, no, I wouldn't.
What? You're going to Salem? What?
No,
are.
I was saying,
What?
if I could, I'd bad shit spell people.
What?
Yeah, and then I said, no, never mind. But I guess maybe part of me would. There's some people out in the universe that I'm like, you need to get what's coming.
There are some people where I'm like, I just hope you stub your fucking toe today several times.
Yeah, I wouldn't kill anybody.
Back to back.
I'd give someone like diarrhea in very important moments.
Know what? Yeah. Oh god, that's so good.
I
the
know.
most inconvenient
time to have like.
Yes. See, it's like those. Yeah.
If you can do that with witchcraft, I don't know.
I don't know.
Witches, hit me up. Let me know. Is
Let
that
us know.
possible? Can we do it together?
I know. Teach us your ways. But like, I can't handle that much.
I don't know if I could. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about my ethic. I'm trying to think of like my own personal ethics and if I would actually go through with it or if I just like to think about.
I think it's one of those things where like with J-Mo and Shep, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna throw you in the fucking trash. I say it.
Yeah.
Feels good in that moment.
I'm gonna give you so much diarrhea via witchcraft.
Yeah.
Would I do it? I don't know.
Right.
But maybe I should be given the opportunity, really though.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Here I go thinking about it. Okay, so
who would we give diarrhea to? I can't think of anybody I would give diarrhea to right now.
Diddy.
Oh, all the diarrhea. I hope
diarrhea.
it comes out of his ears. I hope diarrhea comes out of
his pee hole.
Oh my god. Chunky
imagine?
diarrhea. Yeah. That's yes. Yes, and yes. Did you see his dumbass apology video?
No, I don't.
Get out of here.
I'm not even kidding.
It's performative.
I randomly saw a little bit of a video and I was like, I don't need this in my mental space. But I feel like it's really fucked up that until the video, everyone was like,
but now they see him.
Bitch, believe her.
Yes. Why does it take a video? Yeah, why does it take a fucking video for everybody to be like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, first of all, how did that happen where he was able to pay to not release pay for the footage to not release it?
Because he's got lots of money. And
I know, but like somebody along the way had to be like,
okay.
No. Yeah.
Also, did that person not realize that they probably could have sold it to someone for
way more money? $50,000? That ain't shit. That's chump change to him.
Yeah. That was like oh shoot, I dropped my 5 on the bus.
Literally.
I mean, I would be devastated, but
it would,
for him,
I would spiral
he's like,
so hard.
Oh, that sucks, but.
Ugh, yeah, no, the whole thing is just yucky poo-poo. So yeah, I would for sure diarrhea Diddy. That's a good one. Diarrhea Diddy.
Yeah. So in 2005, switching gears from Diddy's diarrhea, Goodnesson seemed to recognize that this new business structure was really working. So he registered a separate business in the state of Utah called Spartan Group Eagle. I don't know. I thought it was supposed to be Angel, and everyone misspelled it.
Eagle?
But no, Eagle, A-G-E-L.
Oh, that's weird.
Eagle? I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, it was described as a multi-level marketing company aimed to help people find financial freedom, which is like an oxymoron. If I've ever heard one.
Yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, Goodnesson was requiring many students to work unpaid, and it starts with students being delegated cleaning work to help with their egos, but then became more administrative. So many students were not only providing free labor, but they were also paying tens of thousands of dollars to do more training, to travel where they were required to be, and to put themselves up in hotels.
It's fucking crazy.
And this, what? My notes make no sense.
What? It made sense that one time.
Oh my God. Anyway, so in 2000, I'm just going to skip over my gibberish. So in 2006, Goodnesson and Seacrest divorced, splitting the organization. forcing students to pick a side. Lori stayed in Utah and ran the Triolite Foundation, while Goodnison moved to Japan and quickly remarried a woman named Eiko Kurosu. Kurosu. He then rebranded the company to the Modern Mystery School. So even though he abandons Utah for Japan, he retains a good amount of his followers, but he was pissed at anyone that chose to follow Lori instead. In a blog post, he accused them of turning to the dark side and said, quote, hold on, let me channel. This is the same story as in Star Wars. With Anakin Skywalker, who turned to become Darth Vader.
You're like, not the same, but okay.
He says, thinking that he was doing the right thing, he was on a mission of light until it was too late. I guess this, depending on what era this was, maybe he thought he was right, but I don't know that he is fully steeped in Star Wars Skywalker lore.
Maybe. I think he maybe just shot from the hip.
He does, yeah. So like in case you don't know, in case anyone doesn't know, he didn't think he was doing right. He knew he was like, he's like, things aren't fair and I'm a big baby.
He's throwing a fucking fit.
I'm mad at everyone. That was my impression.
It was really good
of Anakin Skywalker. You guys missed the shoulders though.
Yeah, the shoulder forward,
I'm a
baby. Forward.
I'm a baby.
The fit shoulders.
I want all the things. I don't want to do what's right.
Fit shoulders.
Fake shoulders.
I'm gonna use that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that.
Yeah, fit shoulders. So when Goodnison and Secra split, the school was already well established in the US, UK, and Canada. And since he up and left to Japan, there was someone needed to handle the business. Dave Lanyon, a student at the time with a decent following in Toronto, took over for him. Lanyon is described as, quote, a master metaphysician and lineage holder, which he also liked to spread the rumor that he was a debt collector for the mob.
Oh, God.
In Toronto.
What
okay.
a creative soul.
But
Speaking
all
of
evidence points to him being a greeting card salesman with a small stake in a gym.
Yeah. Sounds...
Yeah. So he was a nobody.
Yeah.
Also, I don't understand.
But he's like going to tell anybody anything that will stick.
Is there organized crime in Toronto?
I don't think there's any crime in Toronto.
They're too kind. Their organized crime is like, oh, thank you. So sorry.
Oh, he didn't say thank you right when the nice gesture was made.
Let's murder him.
Murder. That is about as crimey as it probably gets. At least that's how it is.
You get some concrete boots for not saying sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, exactly.
Is this derogatory towards Canadians?
Maybe. But I think we're just saying that they're so nice.
You are so nice.
They are so nice.
I know.
So that's my experience.
What we think.
Yeah. And what they are known for. They're known for being nice.
This is true.
I do want to go, by the way, to Canada.
Same. So this new iteration of the school followed mostly the same formula, and it does have pyramid scheme energy. However, it's technically not a pyramid scheme. So students were warned beforehand that they were in for some hard work, and they have to sign a contract that states that their teachers will push them emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And though they knew it was going to be hard, the promise of enlightenment was a super powerful incentive. So just to differentiate, a pyramid scheme is when you are recruited and you pay a portion of your income to the person that recruited you. Then you recruit people and then they pay you, and then you pass it on. Modern Mystery School was not this. It was just that you were paying money to get higher and higher into the organization while being required to recruit more people, but you never got money from them. That just went straight to the school.
That went straight to, isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So it was super cost prohibitive and got increasingly more expensive the higher you got up into the organization. And to fund tuition, they were the school encouraged students to start their own spiritual businesses and then point their clientele back to the school.
That is so fucking crazy.
I know. So the new initiates into the school would find out once they were initiated that they had a new student recruitment goal. And if they failed to meet these goals, they would be reamed out. And in order to keep progressing and keep their statuses as a certified guide or warrior, they'd even be required to make annual trips to Tokyo or Toronto to recertify themselves. So this is just like
that's so fucking crazy.
Money on money on money.
Yes,
and like trying to bring in more people.
That's why I just don't understand the headspace that these people get into to truly go all in and buy into this whole thing, to the idea of it. I don't understand.
I bet you it's fun though. And then they're like, oh, I can make a living at this. And then they don't know that it's ridiculous. I mean, maybe some people do okay, but like to constantly be like spending more and more to get higher up.
Yeah.
And it seems like pretty arbitrary. So students were encouraged to break free of their matrix life. They use like that weird matrix terminology and become full-time guides. So like how the fuck are they supposed to fund all of this? Like with what income?
Yeah. Where are they making?
Where are they going to be making the money? So on top of the courses, the supplies were also insane. They would be required to bring things like guide candles for $700.
Oh my God. That's right. We were okay.
An exorcism manual that is about $230. Wands were about $200, and there is an Enochian dagger that they charged like $433 for, which you could find on Amazon for $11.
Exactly.
But you know, they were like trying to do the right thing and pay the $400 to like be good.
Yeah,
because it's all about like being right and personal,
doing the right thing. Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
The school curriculum was split into two branches. One was the path of the healer, and the other was the path of the warrior. And progress is marked by these initiations. Each level cost an exorbitant amount, and then on top of that, some levels had prereqs like sacred geometry or astral travel, or like, so you had to like pay for a certain amount of courses before you could be initiated. So there's these two branches, right? Toward the end of 2011, the school announced that on May 5th, 2012, there would be a cataclysmic event, and it was really important for that warrior branch especially to double down on their training in order to avoid Armageddon.
My God.
I think last time we went down a whole rabbit hole of 2012, and I'm over that. Yeah. So we'll just move on.
Yeah, we did it. We did it. We got it out of our system.
We did it. Yeah. Dumb. Remember though?
Dumb.
So dumb. Anyway, so the school framed the event as an epic battle between good and evil, and that the failure at one of their temples had already caused the levees to break, flooding the area around New Orleans in 2005. So stupid. So they were like, we failed once, and Hurricane Katrina took out New Orleans.
We cannot let this happen again.
Yeah. There was an email blasting their followers, like, if we don't work this out, people will die. Which is so extreme. Mm-hmm. In order to get them ready, the school was holding mandatory 5-day training programs, and students were required to pay between $700 and $1,000 to attend, with Lanyon emailing them in all caps. He's that guy.
Psycho.
Quote, to be 100% clear, missing this training means you will not be on any May 5th team, and you will not be serving as a ritual master.
That is so fucking crazy. To be very clear, if you don't pay me...
It's the end of the world. But if you don't pay me, then sorry, you can't be involved in trying to save it.
You're not going to be a part of this solution or whatever. Yeah. Help us.
The fuck.
Get out of here.
So... one woman said that she felt like if you let your guard down for a moment, you could let a demon go or a soul disappear. Like, that's what they really felt. One of the rituals, one guy said, was just drawing pentagrams over and over and over.
Oh, my God.
And then on May 6, 2012, they were just like, nothing happened. We did it.
So... dumb.
Yeah, and then Goodnesson was like, I'm going to post something really original. He posted the lyrics to the John Lennon song Imagine. You know, super original.
Yeah.
And then later that day went to Disneyland.
So Stupid.
I know.
You're like, I'm not
He
even
was
mad
like,
at that
we did
part.
it. I'm going to Disneyland. But actually, I really am going to Disneyland.
But literally, I'm going to Disneyland.
I'd do the
place
same.
on earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
You would do the same.
I would do the same.
You would.
So up until this point, they're just an eccentric bunch of like magic nerds pressuring people to spend money they don't have and like threatening their souls.
It's all self-imposed though, too. I guess like if you buy into it that much.
Well, this like large group awareness training, right? The whole point of them is, right, they like get you to kind of put yourself in this own prison of like fear.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the only way, and other people don't know. But
we
you
have
know,
to do that. You
and
know,
you have
so you're
to do
responsible to be a part of our cause to save the world.
Yeah. Which,
because again, we are the people that they make movies about.
Yeah, if you've gone this far into the organization, you're buying into it. So of course you're going to buy into this.
Of course.
So up until this point, right? Weird magic nerds, but they would not be an LGAT without weird sex stuff.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So in some of the temples, it was common for goodness sin to select beautiful women to dance. Former member...
I immediately had... What is that movie called? Dusk Till Dawn?
Dusk Till Dawn, yeah.
With Salma Hayek just doing the dance.
Uh-huh.
That's what I immediately... I don't know if that's what that...
I mean, sure,
I can't imagine.
in my mind.
Yeah.
It could be that. So former member Lisa Leon Guerrero said that they would get together and wear sexy clothes and dance in the temple to raise the sexual energy of the room. And it was seen as an honor and important work. And some students say that this is in line with the school's teaching of female empowerment and sexual liberation, which is whatever. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't believe that they really are a group that empowers women.
No, I don't.
If they felt that in the moment, sure. But most of these groups, things start to edge on exploitative. Goodness sin was often seen being massaged by a series of younger women, and teachers would often make advances at students with no consequences. It was also reported that goodness sin had told students that classic, like, if you have sex with me, it will help with your enlightenment.
It'll bring you closer to whatever.
But also that he would kind of hint that a blowjob would be like an initiation to the next level.
That is so fucking disgusting.
It's so disgusting.
That is so disgusting. Like, to literally even just be a predator, first of all, disgusting. Second, to even say something out loud, I'm like, he obviously felt like he could get away with it because he did.
Yeah.
But it's like, to say, no.
I think it's definitely the power dynamic because I think that he probably thought like, oh, I'll suggest it. But I mean, no one is required to. It'll be consensual. But he holds this power, this seat of power. So a lot of students who would go into the situation were like, I thought this was like part of the process.
Have you guys watched Baby Reindeer yet?
No.
Okay, don't. It's so gross. But there's this guy who has a sense of power. He's in an industry that the baby reindeer guy wants to be in, and he holds him to this height. And so this guy's making just like all of these bad decisions just to be within this guy's good grace.
Yeah.
It's literally that.
That's literally what it is. See, I probably should watch it. I'm still
it's not so cringe though.
I'm not caught up on the Jinx. So I got to like get my one show
on the what?
Done. The Jinx.
The Netflix? Is it on the Netflix?
It's on HBO.
Was it?
You've never heard of the Jinx? It's like season 2, but the first season was like 10 years ago. Do you think it's
something that I could handle?
That's
the hard part is that I can't handle much.
Well, yeah, no, I think you could handle it because he's just so weird.
Okay, I like weird.
He's just so weird. I mean, there's murder, but not
murder.
Not like sexual assault.
Okay.
So
I do. So that's the thing in Baby Reindeer, you have to prepare yourself because there's for sure sexual assault.
You know what? I can probably do it if I do all this research.
You could do anything. Honestly, like not much really good. But for me, I'm like, oh, can't. Makes me feel yucky. Got to change the channel.
Yeah. Yeah, you should watch The Jinx.
Okay.
If no one else is watching The Jinx, you should also watch it. Start at season 1. You can't jump in season 2.
No. I like to start from the beginning.
But, yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
So, there's also a secretive inner circle that use sex as a weapon for their fight against evil, which, right off the bat, sounds manipulative as hell.
Absolutely.
And they were labeled a special forces team that was deployed for shadow work.
So literally, if the team were to go somewhere and just have sex in a vicinity?
Yeah. They would be like...
It's not sexing the bad guys.
Someone did say that they were deployed in cities where there were school shootings. So they would just go to a city with a school shooting, which that, I mean, honestly is any city. And they would just like all fuck in a room or something. And then be like, we did good work. We did good work.
We did the good work. Yeah. Oh my God, that is so fucking funny.
I mean, I guess whatever gets you off, if you're not harming
That's
anybody.
The thing. I will never sex shame anybody.
No.
As long as it's consensual, nobody's getting hurt. Sure.
Yeah. So one woman said that she wasn't invited to the group, but was instructed to meditate outside of the room and massage them in a certain way when anyone exited the room. It is never, she keeps... In the article, she keeps saying massage in a certain way. And I never... So it's like it's a fluffing situation.
You're trying to wait to see if she like...
What kind of massage?
If it gives any more like light
but
on
never
that.
does. So participation was voluntary and considered an honor. But many said that the justification seemed to make less sense the longer it went on. And one former member of the group said, I wouldn't say I was ever forced, but I was definitely groomed and psychologically manipulated to be there.
Yeah.
Which, gross.
Disgust. See, that's the thing. Like people, like the line is so fine for some people, but it's really not. But like, you know what I mean? But they're like, oh, I'm not going to force you to do anything.
Yeah. Well, and I think they also said that oftentimes, like these special forces teams, it was really hard to get on them because like you had to be a certain level master. But it seems
you ugly. Sorry, can't be on our special.
I know.
Forces.
So the only qualification for this high-ranking special forces team was whether or not you were perceived as hot.
That is disgust.
I know.
Hot people only.
Hot people. You can't
be on the sex team.
Yeah, sex team is for hotties only.
Hotties only. But this could save the world.
If you want to get in here to like grind down for the universe and for humanity, then you best be keeping it toit.
Keep it nice and toit. Don't make eye contact though with us unless you are nice and toit. Do not consider it, even though your work could save the world.
I mean, we could. Saving souls.
Yeah. One orgasm at a time.
So quite a few students who were invited to join the group eventually were just like, no, I quit the whole organization because they knew what was coming. They were like, this has gone too far.
Yeah.
And would just quit.
Or maybe like people like would join it just like for the fun of it. Like it's exciting, but realize like, oh, these people really think that they're
really getting down.
Oh,
they're really saving the world.
Or do you join the group when you're hot so you fall apart a little bit?
Oh, maybe.
Do you
just let it go?
Do they then ask you? Do they then ask you to leave? Do they then ask you to resign?
You're not keeping it toit enough. You got to go.
Yeah, it's like military.
I mean, that's rude.
Yeah. After all of that personal, like you've given your body already.
Yeah, and they're like, sorry, pass.
Sorry, no can-do'sville.
Ick. So Bernice Van Eck was a former member who grew up highly intuitive and felt isolated because some of the gifts she had made her feel just like different than other kids. And so she found Modern Mystery School through a medium, and she loved learning about honing her own intuition and immediately underwent the DNA activation. She learned rituals that would allow her to communicate with the hierarchy of light, which I guess is like, I don't know, they're godly beings or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she felt like she was coming into her own badass self. And during her tenure at the school, she began to develop feelings for the head of operations, Dave Lanyon, who started paying her special attention. In 2011, while struggling to continue on in the school, Lanyon sent her an email offering to waive her initiation fees. She redoubles her efforts and recommits to her journey within the school and starts to feel closer and closer to Lanyon. Mm-hmm. In 2014, a higher-up told her, Dave asked me to protect you and to watch over you. You're not allowed to have a boyfriend, and you're not allowed to be with another man. You have to keep yourself for him. The manager
crazy.
And Lanyon deny this, but Vice did corroborate it with via email and eyewitness
I was
accounts.
just going to say, do we have proof? Is there receipts?
Yeah. So according to Van Eck, Lanyon said he couldn't be with her until she reached the third step ritual master. The process involved meditating on a mountain for 3 days with nothing but water, like no food, just water, and then being buried alive, which she completed. I know. She completed a little bit later that year. In January 2015, she was overseeing a ritual program and was asked to stay an extra night, in which she finally got to be with him. But the experience was super shitty, and it left her feeling that she had very clearly been groomed for the sexual relationship. And then on top of that, Lanyon's attitude changed towards her, and he was sending her emails like, "Love you, goddess. Miss seeing you." Oh, we forgot about this. Signing off love and licks.
Love and licks.
Love and licks. And then giving her shit for not recruiting enough. So he's like, love and licks, love you, babe. And then he's like,
licks.
Why are your numbers shitty?
Yeah, also in the same breath, why are your numbers so shitty? Why are you not doing more?
So
love and licks.
She decided to leave the school in part because of the affair, but also because she was starting to see through some of the bullshit. She said she was in a workshop on galactic activation and remembered thinking, this doesn't make any sense. There's no aliens coming down from the sky. I don't feel any different. I'm paying all this money. I'm getting in debt. And now I'm in this weird ass relationship with this guy.
Yeah.
So she came forward about the affair, but Lanyon's lawyer said that she was crazy and had a drug problem and owed the school money, which the school had given her money. Because she was working for them.
Right.
But they considered her a volunteer.
That's such a bullshit.
I know. So they alleged that she was also unlawfully competing with it and using proprietary information for her own financial gain. Van Eck acknowledged her ongoing work as a life coach and healer, but denied her services are based on the school's teaching, which, why are you paying tens of thousands of dollars to learn techniques for your spiritual business that they encouraged you to start if you can't freely use them?
And they're not co-signing you. And you're exactly, or in that.
Like,
they're saying,
like, that's fine. Like, if you want to, like, if I'm not paying your fee and you want to, like, remove me from your directory or whatever, fucked up because I paid. But whatever. But they're just like,
tell me not to use this stuff, the education that I've learned.
Yeah, because I paid for it.
Yeah, it's not mine.
So Goodnesson stepped away from Modern Mystery School in 2012 after he helped prevent the apocalypse.
Oh, good. Thank you.
He was like, I did it. I'm done. So then he started a humanitarian foundation called the Great Pyramid of Light. Since then, he's dabbled in sustainable ecodomes, kelp supplements, beauty products. He's produced a film or two and has also dabbled in being a trance DJ.
Ooh. Throw that
just
in
like,
there. You know what? What can he not do at this point?
I know. If you can be a trance DJ, you can do anything.
Anything.
The world is your oyster.
I mean, nothing. There are no limits with this human. So.
No. The school is very much aware of its reputation as a cult and has addressed it up front. On their site, they say that they claim all students retain their free will. They claim that students who get in over their heads, quote, bite off more than they can chew, and that someone needs to be blamed if they choke. They now have to sign NDAs. And though they deny it, allegedly they encourage students to cut ties with members who have left and tell their base that if they leave, they will be attacked demonically. So I don't really know how much of that, of what they're saying is like really true. So Vice did a documentary about this group in 2021 called the Demon Slayer Academy, which I did think that this was about the show Demon Slayer. Right. And it was like they were learning, because like they wear like their like gis or whatever, some of the warriors. So I was like, oh, that's cool. They're like teaching people how to like fight,
slay demons.
Yeah, like Nezuko or whatever. And so it was not that. It was this. It was Modern Mystery School.
There was this one time when you thought it was
and I was like, oh, this is actually probably more appropriate for me to be watching. Yeah. So last year, Shawn Mendes and Miley Cyrus both got dragged into being affiliated with the school.
That is fucking crazy.
I know. B. Schofield, who is like cult reporting superhero, looked into the claims and found them to be false. And the confusion seems to be surrounding spiritual influencers Andre Duckham, Lily Ashwell, and Blue and River Bear, who have a group called Fluorescence, a modern mystery school for women. However, they don't know that they didn't even know Modern Mystery School was a thing, and they have zero affiliation. They were just like, it's just like it's just like cool play on words, because it is like common language in spiritual spaces. So yeah, that is it. Miley Cyrus and Shawn Mendes are not part of this cult.
They've been cleared.
Despite what you might have seen on like, what is it? Dumois or whatever. Or I think even like Elle posted something.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're like, is Shawn Mendes in a cult?
What is happening? Because you just never know with like what people get into.
I know, but usually like they get into cults like earlier on in their careers. He's like kind of too famous to be in a cult right now.
I forget that he's so like I look at him and I'm like, he's young. He's not that young anymore.
I don't know. How old is he? He's a baby?
He's probably,
I don't really listen to him, so I don't really know.
He's probably like early 30s. Oh. Maybe late 20. God dang it. Now I'm going to look it up.
I don't know.
Because what if he is young and I'm aging him?
What do we want to call this one while you're Googling?
What was it that you said that made me laugh like that?
I don't know.
It was, damn it. I thought I wrote it. No, I didn't write it down. It was,
Diddy Diarrhea?
No. Oh, so good though. Oh, that's good.
Love and Licks.
Love and Licks. That's what it was. Love and Licks.
Love and Licks.
Signing out.
Signing out, guys.
Love and Licks.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening.
Love
and Licks.
Love and Licks. That's so bad.
So
That's so bad.
All right. Bye.
Bye.